going on? What's going on? It's Lobo. As always, let's talk about it. Shout out to Mailman and JT out here. We out here, crew. I'm coming to see y'all soon. Hey, man, I hope y'all pick up on this topic. Let's rap about it. Anyway, this topic is entertainment, of course. I like the balloon pop challenge. I know it's 100% entertainment. It's just jokes, whatever. But it touches on a real subject, the disconnect between men and women. It's a big one. And this is where we fall short. And this is more so for the ladies. I want you to pay close attention to this one, all right? A lot of times, ladies, you get in your own way when you're looking for a man. On this balloon pop challenge, again, it's just entertainment. It's all whatever. It's probably not even real like that. But there's something that's very real with this disconnect. Listen to how these women judge these men, no matter what side they're on. If they're walking down and the man didn't pop the balloon, they reject him because of whatever. But if he comes out and he's decently attractive, he's maybe above average, whatever the case may be, they always find something wrong with him. Why? This is my point of the video, is that a lot of times, ladies, you got to get out of your own way. What you do is you try to find the absolute best version of a man. The absolute best version of a man. But the question is, are you the absolute best version of a woman that he can get in return? Are you even the best option of woman that this best version of man can get in return? That's the question. So you want a man that's 6 foot plus, makes 7 figures, does this, has that, whatever the case may be. Say that you get that right in front of you. Are you the equivalent of that version for him? Are you the best option of that best version for him? See, what a lot of you ladies do is y'all say, hey, I want the absolute best version of a man, but you got to accept me as I am. Now, is that a fair trade? That's all I'm asking. So that's a lot of how you get in your own way. You're asking for the absolute best version of a man, but are you the best version of a woman? Because it's not the man to blame at that point. It's the competition of women who are better versions for that man. That's the problem. I want you to understand something. In other countries, several other countries, Africa, Australia, they have transitions into manhood. In this country, there's no transition into manhood. A man has to take it upon himself to challenge himself to become this man and earn manhood. In Africa, swim with crocodiles, circumcision, you got to go stay in the mountains and kill something and come back. All this stuff. Australia, you got to go and walk about, survive in the wilderness, prove your fortitude and come back. In this country, there is no transition from adolescence into manhood for men. But when a man does take it upon himself and does that internal work emotionally, mentally, spiritually, intellectually, and he achieves what he considers, what society respects as a man, and he does that, I'm going to equate that to climbing a mountain. So this man literally just climbed Mount Everest within himself to become this man. Now, just because he did that, that's the bottom floor of becoming a man. He's a man. He respects himself. That's a value that can't be taken away from him, right? Now, you look at this man. He's climbed this mountain as a man. You're at the bottom of the mountain telling this man who's done all this internal work, accountability, experience, struggle, whatever. You're telling this man at the top of the mountain while you're at the bottom of the mountain saying, okay, I want the version of you that not only climbed this first mountain, but I want the version of you that also climbed the second mountain as well. That's the version I want. But you have not climbed the first mountain. So all this is an analogy. It's just saying when you meet a man who's done the work, you're saying, I want what exists beyond you. And that is completely imaginative. That's just a possibility. Instead of dealing with the man in front of you that's done the work, that's willing to show you interest, and y'all grow with that, you want something that doesn't even exist. And then you wonder where all the men at. The men are right there in front of you. You just refuse to see it. But a lot of times I think you do that because you want to stay in the situation and the circumstances you're in. You argue to keep your problems. Where are the men at? Where are the men at? You reject all the available men to you within your circumference. You want men that you don't qualify for. I'm sorry. Like I said, if you get the best version of man that you ask for, are you the equivalent of that to him as a woman? You got to answer that question. But I just want to say this and try to articulate it in a way, not bashing you, but just saying, hey, listen, dial that shit back. Dial that back and deal with the man that's in front of you that's really showing you work, interest, and effort. Deal with him and stop trying to measure him beyond what he actually is, because he's done a lot of work to become that. All right? Don't sit here and be like, you got to be better for me, but you got to take me as I am. That doesn't work. Don't do that, because it only hurts you. You still out here single, but you could have had a man and y'all working together. You see what I'm saying? So basically, this video was just saying, look, ladies, not bashing you, but learn how to get out of your own way. All right? Stop creating this fictional fairy tale imagination of a man and go looking for him. Right? Because by now, just saying, by now, if that man actually existed for you, he would have found you. But that man ain't looking for you. So the men that are checking for you, that are decent, that are really trying to show you interest and putting in effort on you, get them a shot and get out your own way and be happy. Otherwise, you just arguing to keep your situation, your circumstances, and you want to be single at this point. And then if that's the case, then just accept accountability and say, look, I don't want nothing, but stop complaining about it and get out of the pool of women that actually want something better. Right? Not bashing you, just saying get out your own way and change, recalibrate how you're looking at these men. Right? It takes a lot of work to become a man in this society and choose to do that. You got a lot of 40-year-old teenagers walking around here. Adolescence has become a moratorium. They don't grow beyond teenage years anymore. There's no challenge to do it. So when a man chooses to be responsible and say, look, I want to lead, I'm going to be the windshield, I'm looking for my passenger, let's ride. Hey, respect that. He just climbed a mountain, and that's not an easy feat. Anyway, JT, mailman, let's talk about it, man. You know, hit me up, let's talk about it, but this is just another topic. I'm Lobo, as always, man. Let's talk about it. I'll talk to you later.